You think you don't, but you know a lot about yourself, and you're taking advantage of that. You've been using your knowledge of yourself to your disadvantage, right? You've been using your knowledge of yourself just to be comfortable. You've been using your knowledge of yourself to diminish yourself. A good way, an example of this is, so I know that, after a heavy meal, I get really tired, right? Okay, I have that knowledge of myself. So that either means that I have breakfast after I study, or I have breakfast as soon as I study. I mean, yeah, I have breakfast, I nap, and then I study. But I also know that I can't wake up after a nap. I take 4 hour naps. So what's preferable? Study and then have breakfast just to make sure that I'm ahead. But if I want to stay comfortable, I'll use that knowledge of myself and somehow twist the story that, you know what, I need breakfast first for energy, blah, 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 blah. The nap is good for energy as well. It's a power nap. And then all of a sudden I've lost 4 hours and I haven't even studied. That's an example. And I'm pretty sure you can identify ways or a way that you do that to yourself. You also do that with the knowledge that you get from outside. So maybe someone told you that, you know what, rest days are important. And you think, oh my goodness, they really are important. And you just take the day off spontaneously, and it's not even within your plan. You just take a day off just to be comfortable. And your mind knows this. A part of your mind knows that, you know what, you're settling for comfort, and thus your mind constantly pokes at you, constantly burns you. It constantly screams at you that, you know what, you're just doing this for comfort. You're not doing this because it's part of the plan, and it's not good for you. Look, worth should never be tied to performance, but if you have all these intrinsic motivators, and you have all these goals, and you are not taking the necessary action, or you are just choosing comfort over the delayed gratification, as they would say, you kind of diminish your own self-worth. You start feeling worthless because at the back of your mind, you know where your actions lead. You know the direction of your life based off of your actions. You know that your comfort is gonna lead to something that you won't like, and this leads to something really bad in my opinion. Your mind starts believing that everything that comes from your mind, from a pen, from your mouth to yourself is lies. So all the goals that you have, all the plans that you're making, everything that you want to do, your mind is just like, my goodness, here he goes again, here she goes again. You know what, she's just gonna commit to this goal, for 3 days, and then we know that she's gonna come back. She's not gonna get to where she wants to be. She's not gonna do this for a sustained period of time. And this knowledge, or this perception of ourselves, that you know what, we're not gonna follow through or something like that, it creates bad feelings. It creates a feeling of apathy, shame, sadness, fear, depression, because you know that, you know what, I want to be this, but based off of your actions and the emotions that you feel, and how you're stopping yourself, and how hard it feels to just do it, you know that the direction of your life is going to be the complete opposite of where you want to be. And you might feel shattered, you might feel broken, you might feel as if, you know what, others are better than me, others don't have to deal with this, others blah 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 blah. Maybe you feel like you're not complete, but you are complete. What we do not want is for you to start thinking of yourself as a disappointment, as a worthless being, I don't want you to say that about yourself. I don't want you to affirm that about yourself. I don't want you to think of yourself as that. I want you to think of yourself as someone who is complete, who is perfect, but you're just directing all those perfect resources towards negative things, which means you'll get negative outcomes. It's just perfect. Now think about how you directing your knowledge of yourself in a positive manner will change. Obviously, positive input equals to positive output. And when you're at the point that I mentioned, whereby you know what you scarcely feel belief for yourself whenever you set out these plans and goals, and you just don't feel a sense of excitement for anything in life or something like that. You just have to keep going, and if that's not for you, it's got to be for the people around you. You have to think about your parents, your loved ones, anyone you love, because at some point they're gonna have to rely on you. And just because you chose comfort, you won't be able to take care of it or take care of them properly. So if you can't do it for yourself, just do it for others. Take the small steps if you can, or just go unga bunga and go all in, and just, yeah, the feelings will come up, but we always deal with feelings each and every single day. Our feelings don't have to define us, our actions do though. And we can act despite our feelings. So act in a manner that will direct your life in the direction that you want to go in the direction that enables you to take care of yourself, and not only yourself but the people around you. All right. Yeah. Other than that, that's just about it. But I am willing to host a sort of Discord on why this happens, where the motivation goes. Maybe this is just the season for you. Is this sent by God? And how long will it be? Do you have to dig yourself out specifically? We can hold discourse about that. But yeah, other than that, you know what to do. You know yourself, and just, most of all, just do the opposite of what you've been doing, and I'm pretty sure you'll see something in the cards for you. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Please excuse the TV. I know that it's distracting. Please excuse it. It's good for the lighting. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Love you. Deuces.